Yo, what's good? Everyday Superpower, we're signing in with a little tidbit. This shouldn't be a long one. A little bit of game for you, yeah? A little bit of uncommon information, a little bit of outsider knowledge. Body language, non-verbal communication. Taking it into the realms of a little bit of non-verbal and a little bit of verbal with this one, yeah? But it's good communication. I'm sending this out to everyone, but in particular, me being a man, I can speak on my experience regarding this. So you as a man, if you are, please listen in closely. Some people find it hard to connect as far as eye contact is concerned, and I understand. And it varies from person to person, and your mood and how you feel. It's a lot harder to keep eye contact with somebody who is positioned in an authoritarian position as opposed to your friend or your subordinate, right? So just as an example, I understand it varies from person to person. You're not always going to have great eye contact. Spoken from experience, right? It's completely natural. So if you want to hold better eye contact, and in a way, if you want to be a dominant man and possess a dominant quality in your eye contact and face-to-face verbal communications, listen to this. Pay attention to what the other individual says, okay? Consciously listen to what they say and try and hear out what they're saying. The tone of their voice, any wobbles, any direction, any covert insinuations within the words they are saying. Pay attention to what's being said. Okay? Now, why? Why? How's that going to help my eye contact? Well, when you're not consciously worried about the face-to-face contact and how you should act and your observations as far as non-verbally communicating, because that's why a lot of people are here. We talk about body language, right? Which you can learn the game inside and out alongside me via the link in the description. Learn a superpower. When you listen to what somebody is saying to the fullest, and you look at them as they speak to you, you consciously turn off of the observation of how they are looking at you. You don't feel as awkward no more because you're intent within the audio space. You're too busy listening to consciously think about how awkward you feel. So you listen to them words and you observe them words coming out of the mouth, and that intensity and that connection and that communication. I bet you they break that eye contact off first. I bet you they break away first. I bet they submit first. They're not going to be turned off by your actions. You're not going to come across as if you're giving them a death stare. No way. But you're going to be absorbed within their world. Who doesn't want to be heard? Everybody wants to be listened to and heard. Just not many people tend to do it. So aren't you going to be special when you react to what they say with such a delight and involvement? The thing is, to do so, you have to be within them. You have to look. You have to pay attention. You have to listen. And as you're listening, There's not much time for you to consciously be worried about the eye contact and that feeling in your stomach of, oh, I'm speaking to another man. You know where I'm coming from? I'm only human such as you. I feel awkward from time to time engaging with certain people. But the moment you switch on the ears and you pay attention to what they're saying as opposed to what they're doing, you'll realise that eye contact is never a problem because you're too busy understanding them and what they have to say verbally. Whereas on the flip side, when you observe their nonverbal communications, you tend to go within the realms of paying attention to what you see before you, and you tend to shut out a little bit of the verbal. Which, you know, isn't a bad thing because the nonverbal is the honest language and the verbal isn't. But you can still pick up on honesty, deceit, emotion within the tones and the timbre of the voice and the vocal performance. So there still is an assessment, an acknowledgement and a observation to be made. Now, if you're like me and you've learnt the game, it's inbuilt, it's intuition. You don't need to consciously pay attention to what's before you. When you see them as they are on a unconscious basis, you can understand their body language and nonverbal because you've revised it and you have recognized the patterns, and we as humans love patterns and hate to break them. So listen to what they're saying. Take your observational skills that you've picked up and learnt and do a little bit of ear observation. Do a little bit of ear hustling. Listen to them. Listen to them and look at them so you can hear the words, so you can lip read the words, so you can understand the words. You're just here to understand and ensure their message gets across to you with clarity. You're not going to have time to worry about eye contact and the such. But you best believe they're in the headspace to be paying attention to eye contact. And as to where you were once submissive and broke the eye contact in fear, you're going to see the complete opposite happen. The flip side is going to happen. Now, as far as authoritarian figures, don't get me wrong, sometimes it's not right to go and have a staring contest and pay so much attention that they're submitting to you, because if you spark any sort of insecurity within them, or if they feel a little bit standoffish, because this isn't normally how things go, it might not be in your best interest. You have to read the room, but how do you feel about that? Listen to them. If they're your friends, your family, somebody you are sexually interested in, for somebody to have such an intense care and attention to what they're saying, there is a strong potential they will adore that. I'm signing out. Link down in the description. Let's go.